Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick, and welcome to my 2021 Chainlink Hackathon project, the Price Edge and Twitter Analysis Bot, also affectionately known as the PETA Bot. And so let's get started. So first of all, before I say anything else, if you're interested in this project or learning more about it or are interested in future collaboration, please reach out to us. We have our GitHub page here. If you want to learn a little bit more about the project and the code behind it. And then also we have our Twitter account, which is the Twitter bot that live tweets price advantages that we'll talk through in just a little bit. But if I scroll down here, you can see some of the price edges that this one captured and tweeted out. And of course, here's a shameless plug for if those are interested in it and are interested in donating, here's an Ethereum wallet code. So, all right, and that's enough of that. And now let's get down to about the project. So this project was made during the hackathon, is my first foray into looking at blockchain technology and interacting with smart contracts. And the project itself, I wanted to tackle a few different areas in that space. And so the four main components of this project are the two front-facing or user-facing components, which are the Twitter bot and the analysis dashboard. And then these are backed by some backend items, which are a price query data API and a data storage interface that links to the interplanetary file system. And so here's a brief sketch of our project. And so the basic thing that happens is we schedule a task to query the price data between two different locations. So one is the Dodo exchange and one is the Chainlink price feeds. And so we use Web3 to interact with these smart contracts. That data is then pushed to two locations. If the price edge for Dodo over Chainlink is up to a certain percentage higher, then it pushes that data to the Twitter bot, which then live tweets the result. Otherwise, regardless of the edge, it will store that data in our data storage interface using Python pandas. And then this is a way of linking between our data store and the analysis dashboard, and also between the data store and the interplanetary file system so that anybody can reach out to it and get the data. And so the analysis dashboard is what we'll be going into a little bit more detail here, and it's powered by a Python streamlit library. And so first of all, just a basic definition. And so when we talk about a positive price edge, we mean that in this case, Dodo has a lower price, so it has an edge that's positive. And in the cases where there's a negative edge for Dodo, that means that Chainlink has the lower price. And so one thing we can filter on here, you can see a few different currency exchange pairs here. And so we just got those there. And so I'll scroll back up. And so if you wanted to filter only on the cases where Dodo had an edge in the most recent data point, you can click this, and that will filter on everything. And it will only bring up the cases where there's a positive edge for Dodo. And you can see that's where it's green over here by a certain percentage. All right. And so I'll click that again, and that will bring back all the other cases. It takes it just a second to load. All right. And so here's the case for all the different currency pairs. And so if I scroll down here, we can just pick a random one. Let's say the Ether, wrapped Ether. And so if we compare the prices here, you can look at some of the historical stats. And so here we've got a full distribution of the historical stats that were gathered over the course of the hackathon. And so the yellow bar here is the current price edge in percentage. You can see here it's about 0.27. And you can look at this and see how that's doing compared to the historical values to see whether it's high or low compared to previous values. And then we have some of the stats here too for the average historical edge, which is positive here for wrapped Ether, and then the minimum and then the maximum. And so we can look at some of these other ones too. So if you looked at wrapped Bitcoin, just the distribution looks a little bit different, but you get the same basic thing. And so at the bottom of each of these, we have a full price history for the data during the hackathon. And so this shows the time at which the data was queried. And then the blue shows the Chainlink price quote from their price feed. And then the yellow shows the mid price given by the Dodo exchange. And so you could use something like this for example, if you wanted to do arbitrage, or if you're just interested in looking at some of the the different currency distributions. And so that is the main pieces of our project. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our GitHub or our Twitter account. And thanks so much.